The power, the limited power. I just told you Palpatine identifies as a mon/username here. It is Grogrin, but RNG tries not reading chat sometimes. I try to read. Part of that though is, like I said, I've actually got three. I got three things that give me chat, and somehow they are all slightly different in the chat they give me. To be clear, a lot of times when I'm quote unquote not reading chat, I am thinking I'm reading chat. I'm reading the wrong chat. I've got the chat that shows up in OBS, which is a bit narrow, and some of the functionality doesn't show up there, i.e. I don't see if the chat bot sends you a whisper. If you type in Dwarf and your Dwarf is alive, OBS doesn't show the whisper back. So I have the actual chat bot. Chat bot shows the whisper, but it also shows everything else chat bot is doing. So sometimes if I'm looking at that screen, if you spoke longer than like a minute and a half ago, I've lost it because everything is filling up chat bot. And then technically not chat, admittedly, but I'm going to include that. Sometimes if chat is a bit slow, the only things happening are the requests. So I've got the request specific window that only shows up the things from chat, which is the requests you made using the Dwarf Fortress request system. So sometimes I'm not ignoring chat. I'm looking at the wrong filter of chat. To be clear. Whenever you upload that vid to YouTube, chances are you're going to once again look for mods. You also have multiple layers of chatbots that all shout different things. Now that one is mostly true. That's just because I never did a consolidation. Nightbot just definitely needs to go. Ish. There are a few things on, like, it needs to go. There are a few things that I've never transferred over from Nightbot. What I need to do is get everything over to my chatbot, then it'll work fine. The only exceptions to that being the unique parts of the bots that work off of the Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs, the Stream Elements things, which are less chat bots and more just added functionality. So really, I would like two. I'd like to bring it down to the Streamlabs chatbot program I run individually by itself, and the Stream Elements, not technically a chatbot. I don't know when I got the panda in a present emote sometime during a stream. Thank you, whoever gave me this emote. Roulette. I can't recall that command. I think it's Russian. Yeah, you're trying to off yourself. It's the Russian emote. Yeah, see, that one's from Stream Elements. So there is a chat bot thing to Stream Elements. Those are the two that are supposed to be working. The Streamlabs one is just supposed to be my programmed scripts. I just use Streamlabs chatbot as the intermediary thing to run the Python scripts, and the actual chatbot is supposed to be Stream Elements. Nightbot, quite frankly, should probably just go. I think the only thing I still have under Nightbot is the dice rolls, which I do occasionally use sometimes. I need to redo that as a Python script under the Streamlabs chatbot, and I'll be fine. I think that's Nightbot. What does Nightbot do? Does Nightbot do the dice? Is Nightbot my dice roller? Yeah, Nightbot's my dice roller. That's why we haven't fired Nightbot yet. Is 1 out of every 4 streams, I have to roll a dice randomly. Because I can, fills you with so much EA style sense of pride and accomplishment. Why did I put all these points in? What was it all for? For a sense of pride and accomplishment. I should change it. Oh, they're going up the hill. I thought this was a city. I thought I just went through a wall. I should change it from because you can to for the sense of pride and accomplishment. That would be fucked up. I want want it to be crafts, not this weird other shit that they're doing. Hold on. Why are my bolts still out there? Why were they never brought in? Hold on. Did I never create a proper ammo stockpile? This is for the archers over here, right? That must be what? Is that just weapons and armor in there? Is that not ammo? How do they never have an ammo stockpile? Oh God, I fucked this up. All right. What I want to bring to you, who is here? Are you elves? Please do not be elves. Spear dwarf, axe dwarf. You're dwarves. We're fine. Crafts. I always forget what crafts are. There they are. Everything. And then go back up to all and sort by big X. Get all the damaged. Get all the damaged garbage that no one's wearing. So I believe we still have a clothing person doing nothing but constantly making these. And so we got so much damaged clothing lying around. I see you, chat. Hold on. I see you. I see you, baby. Typing in chat. Typing in chat. How much damaged clothing do we have? Holy shit. Yeah, we definitely need to try to get these out of here. I was gonna say those. There's more, but that'll be plenty. We're gonna need them moving all of this. All right, hold on, Alpega. A room in the castle I can convert into a shrine via furniture. All right, hold on. I'm not gonna reject that. I'm gonna keep that in the request queue so I can remember that. Since you know Python now, you need to realize how stupid I really am. Mr. Main TM doing the push-ups. I'm an internet alpaca that has hooves for hands. This far in, and now we know why it all went to poo. It's been a while since I've done push-up. More push-ups. Put their question because it's likely that the castle will be started this stream. No, Dragoman. I hate to break it to you, it is not. What's probably going to happen is, at least for now, is I'll give you a room in the top floor. We need to do an entire another Z level before I can even do the castle. So we're not likely to get the castle itself this stream. Because the problem is the hill is right now equal to the city wall. It needs to be 1 Z level higher. That is what I ended up going with. What do I want from them? I want steel. Why are we having this discussion? Metal bar. Hold on. Steel. Pig iron. Where's iron? Iron. That's it. That's literally all I want from you. And someone got dwarfed. I wasn't being inundated with alerts. Stop. Stop it. Who got dwarfed? Last stream, we finished up 1 Z level. I'm hoping to get 1 more Z level done, but that got delayed because we had a bunch of dwarves having moods. You can see we got worse. We have 2 in the red, 1 in the yellow. I thought giving them time to pray to their god and socialize would make them happy. I see not. The real answer is to work the dwarves to the bone, never let them have a moment of respite, because if they even think they can have a glimmer of happiness, they'll complain. If any of them are unnamed, we'll kick them out of the fort. To be clear about that. 26 for Maskin. Welcome to the stream. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 26. Mass Kitten, you are in the Weaver's Guild as a spinner who also dies. You're a spinner who dies a lot, Mass Kitten. You don't have much die, though, for you. Oh, who got dwarfed earlier? I never read your description. I'm so sorry. And who just got dwarfed now? Storm got dwarfed with 1. Of course he did. You are a hauler, which means you have no real job right now. You just You just sham around, hoping that no one asks you to go carry stuff around. Basically, just have you carry, you know, garbage from one pile to the other all day, every day. Who got dwarfed earlier? I was supposed to give him his description. I got distracted. Shankum, Shin, Sherlock, Chulu, Wade, Zaxos. Storm was just now. Ginger Sarge. No, Flim Flam. Flim Flam got dwarfed earlier. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. Flim Flam had a mood earlier. A Ramsey got dwarfed earlier. No, Ramsey just got dwarfed now. No, Maz. A Ramsey, Maz. Who just got dwarfed now? A Ramsey, Maz, Storm, in that order. A Ramsey, Maz, Storm. A Ramsey, I missed you earlier, and for that I apologize. The pretty rock dwarf. A Ramsey, you have 2 kindred spirits, none of which are important dwarves that we care about. You also have 1 regular friend, who is also not an important dwarf that we don't care about. You pray to Asar Agatha Sar, who is a female dwarf associated with luck, gambling, and games. A Ramsey recently thought maybe I'd give up too early sometimes because she was annoyed dwelling upon having a drink without a goblet, cup, or mug. Yeah, I could see that. Randomly just cupping booze in your mouth going, oh, look at that cup over there. Maybe sometimes I have to give up too early. A Ramsey is strong and quick to heal, but she is clumsy. A Ramsey likes Firelight, Sterling Silver, Harlequin Opal, Amber Shields, the words of the lyric of Amethyst, and the sound of the wisp of singing. When possible, she prefers to consume adder, cuttlefish, banana beer, and horse's milk, though she absolutely detests moon snails. She has very good intuition, but she has a meager kinesthetic sense and poor memory. She dreams of raising a family someday. Ramsey, Storm, who is in the middle? I've got the greatest memory. I forget things in 2 and 3. Maz. Maz was before Storm. Maz Kitten, Maz Kitten. Maz Kitten, you were created just for this base, so you have no extended family, and I don't think you've been here long enough to make any friends. Everyone just kind of thinks of you and goes, oh, it's that person. Don't they make all that really nice clothing I wear? Maz Kitten, you pray to Kadol, a male dwarf associated with trade and wealth. Maz Kitten recently thought one should not complain or betray any feelings. She thought this after seeing a monitor lizard's dead body. Maz Kitten's upper left back tooth is gone. Maz Kitten is weak, very flimsy, and very slow to heal. Maz Kitten likes tin glaze, gold, cherry opal, apple wood, giant platypus bone, the color mint green, bracelets, rhesus macaque men for their mischief, the words of the lyric of Amethyst, and the sound of the silvers of granite. When possible, he prefers to consume giraffe, guppy, and dwarven beer, though he absolutely detests large roaches. He has great analytical abilities and a great memory, but he has very little patience. He dreams of creating a great work of art someday. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, we of course have Storm. Storm, you have an extended family. You are married to an unnamed dwarf who is our legendary Chef Boyardee. That is, of course, our cook. You have a rather large family. You have daughters and sons, and you've recently popped out 2 children. Or your wife has. Your father is Ginger Sarge. That's actually funny. I know my head's in the way of some of this, but I can't always click it out of the way. Ginger Sarge, the legendary miner. The reason why this is funny is Storm and Ginger Sarge are both people I know from the military. So now they can argue over who has the right to tell who what to do. Is it military rank, or is it some random relationship established by someone streaming on the internet? Have at it. No, oh, my keyboard did not do the transfer back with the mouse, so give me a sec. Click again. Keyboard's back. All right, you have an extended family, Storm, including a bunch of uncles and nieces, and you pray to 4 gods. Avos, a female dwarf associated with games, lux, and jewels. Onol, a male dwarf associated with fire, volcanoes, earth, and mountains. Kadol, a male dwarf associated with trade and wealth. And Nurmek, a male dwarf associated with fortresses. You have 1 friend, an unnamed dwarf, who is a nurse. You're also friends with the Keeper of the Seal. Who the fuck is that? No, go back. The fuck is the keeper of the seal? Are they on my base? Who are you? You're a diplomat. You're friends with a diplomat. Okay, cool. So what? You're a spy? I don't trust Storm anymore. Storm recently thought there's nothing to be upset about because he was near a waterfall. Everyone else is dying. He's just sipping tea by a waterfall like, why panic when we are all but lotus leaves on the river of life going towards a great bountiful waterfall? You know, there's something in his tea. Storm is tough, but he is quick to tire. Storm likes dacite, nickel, jasper, opal, green glass, cassowary leather, llama wool, the color violet. Hatch covers the sound of the wisp of singing and the sight of the satin of embracing. When possible, he prefers to consume potato, wine, chestnuts, and watermelons, though he absolutely detests cave spiders. He has a natural ability with music, a very good feel for social relationships, and very good focus, but he has meager kinesthetic sense, a shortage of patience, and meager creativity. He dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. There we go. And now Maz Kinton is immediately spazzing. What? Oh, because Joodle 100 is throwing a tantrum. All right, hold on. Fuck, I screwed this up. You. Sort you by stress. Cannot get rid of Joodle. The other guy is an armorer. If I punch the table, my left ear turns off. So all my sad people are named dwarves. Or an armorer that I kind of care about. Monom. Monom, how good are you? Of course you're legendary. But we're fucked. That's how that's about to go down. All right. So while I was doing this, teen push-ups. Try Dwarf. Welcome to Mountain Home. Maz that again. Can we do several Z levels? Okay. I did. Number one, the rest allowed to only work. So you are DVA? I am bad at not being dead every damn time. True dwarves are always Dwarf number 2. Life imitates art truly. Hashtag army. Does the mod sword give us the ability to make RNG not forget things? No, there's no power, mortal or godlike, that'll prevent me from forgetting things. It's not happening. When tried Twitch Syncs for the first time today, because it's going to be gone in January. Oh, is that because now you get to be a felon? No, I know Twitch was already getting rid of that, but I don't know if you heard over in France, there is, was it South Carolina? One of our representatives is trying to push forward legislation that says that if you stream anything that has a copyright, you're now a felon and we're going to drag you to jail. So yay, I guess. Woo! I hope whoever that guy is, he just gets voted out next cycle and no one ever talks to him again. I hope he spends the rest of his life in just fucking silence. While everyone going, oh, I would talk to you, but you know, I don't know if I get dragged to jail. You fucking crazy bastard. That's not even how half this shit works. I love how they keep trying to expand some of these laws to shit that they clearly were not even really directly like designed for. Yeah, whatever. Let's just make up crazy bullshit. Is that blood? How are they getting cleaner off of this than they are over here? I don't understand that. Oh, sorry. Why are they getting rid of Twitch things and make all the nice clothes that the clothes just get all the credit for? Because of the massive lawsuit Twitch is involved in about copyright laws. Oh my, DMCA. Yeah. It's a lawsuit that somehow, I don't know. I swear to God, the music industry is a bunch of crackheads. I give no shits about the music industry. Why is this one dwarf not moving? Is he injured? Looked like there's one dwarf sitting in the middle. Young man, thanks for the compliment. You're welcome. I'm Francois. Growing up in the world, waterfalls, probably some religious, just in charge of pet seals. Is one of the most normal dislikes I've ever heard from the dwarf. God damn it! I'd be chilling. Typical DF. I like the game. It's like the game knows. I saw that off Kotaku. Streaming copyright a felony. What? What the fuck? That's a yo. You didn't know about this? I'm 100% serious on that. Give me a sec. But they can't do it due to transformative media. Can we eat the rich shit? No, they're toxic. True. I hope he gets copyright out of the wazoo. If that gets passed, he's gonna mess up the law and eliminating all copyrights. Yeah, no. So we've been over this before. The quote unquote music industry is made out of such a weird hodgepodge of nonsensical rules. Some of it extends back to the pianos that could play themselves. Like, I want you to think about that. The foundation of musical copyright law is because of those pianos that can play themselves. Like, and instead of just taking old laws and trying to not make them corrupt, we find ways to make it worse. So we've been over this in one of my rants before with Spotify and shit, how the music industry is fucking asinine. They can't be expected to wipe their own asses. They admitted this in court. Like, I'm not just pulling that one out of nowhere to make fun of them. That was almost kind of one of their defenses in court, is that they can't be expected to actually do their own job. So let's be clear about this. They themselves admit they're fucking incompetent. So they're doing a massive lawsuit against Twitch because they've now decided that they're going to try to change it around so that karaoke essentially is now copyright. And if you do copyright music, well, you owe us money. So they want Twitch to have to give them a licensing fee for any time anyone ever sung karaoke. So there's that. That's cool. And then somehow they paid off a representative from some American state, I don't know. He's putting through legislature to make it a felony to stream copyright materials, but like on the streamer. It would be if I streamed and there was a copyrighted song in the background, is a felony on me. Like, the police have to come down, bust through the door, drag me away kicking and screaming because of a 30-second clip in the background that I probably didn't even know was there. Like, no, it's stupid. Hello, Coca-Cola. The fact that people that decide the laws are dinosaurs is a problem. You're not wrong. Like, for the most part, the movies built those have more talent than most musicians say, so that's vague enough to be bullshit. I'd rather have faceless lawmakers. Art should be free to share in public. So dumb. It is. That's the issue. There's a massive conflux of nonsense. Again, I have discussed this when I was ranting about Spotify or them screwing over Spotify. But in public and doing live things, it is. This is why whenever you go to a live band, they'll do covers of other bands. They didn't ask the other bands for permission. They're allowed to do that because it was public and they didn't advertise they were going to do that. They didn't make money directly off of doing the other band's music. They made money off of doing their concert, and they happened to, in the middle of it, do a live rendition of someone else's song. That's allowed. However, they couldn't sell, say, a recording of that concert that had necessarily that cover of it. Then they would have to pay licensing fee for it. The issue is Twitch has VODs. So Twitch has, for the most part, gotten away with a lot of things because they would go, oh, well, it's all live, that's good, and that already went through court and that made sense. And then they started doing the karaoke thing, and now this is where it becomes, oh, I'll say an issue. This is what they are saying is an issue, not me agreeing with the fact. Now they're going with the idea of, oh, well, if you can do that and you can choose what you're singing and I watch you, and if you only cover the rock songs because they're your favorite, then I know what song you're going to cover. Because in a regular karaoke, it's just random people that go up to the bar. But on Twitch Sings, it's always you going up, like I'm going to the bar you're singing at. So I know what cover, this is what they're saying. I know what cover you're going to do. No longer is it, I'm going to watch you and you happen to have done a cover that I like. It's I know what you're likely to sing, so I'm going to you for you to cover their song. Now you are stealing their copyright. That's what they're saying. We heard Despacito in the background. SWAT, go, go, go. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what the music industry has always done. Remember, one of these nut jobs lost a copyright whatever thing over using a chord, or using a scale. It'd be like copywriting the Final Fantasy intro music, or using it. Now, if I use the Final Fantasy intro thing, which is just a scale by itself without their secondary instruments, you would still probably, with that beat, you'd probably still recognize it as Final Fantasy VII. If I made it more uniform, I could get away with it doing that scale, because that's all that intro is. Not Final Fantasy VII, that's the one that came out recently. But the way the music industry keeps twisting it is the more they keep doing the scale, if every one of their songs, they do a slightly different version of that scale, eventually when you go to do the scale, they'll be like, oh, you're copywriting our version 27 of that scale. You can't do that. That's what the music industry keeps doing. They're slowly tweaking everything over and over and over, which the whole thing is, oddly enough, means that at some point, if they keep expanding it, this is a straw man. I'm going to admit this, but it's like a theoretical non-straw man based on how technology works. Not counting actual analog music, just digital, i.e. what is going over the internet is ones and zeros. It's only music if we treat it as a music file. If I just re-encrypt the ones and zeros and treat it like a visual data, you'll end up with a picture that is gibberish. It'd be like a green, red, blue, because the numbers are not even sequenced right for audio in that way. But I could, in fact, store audio as a visual thing. It'd be complete gibberish. It's like a version of encryption. The way they keep expanding their laws and their definitions, they're going to get to the point where any variation of their music is going to be supposedly copyright, including kind of what they're pushing for now, ones and zeros. So it's going to get to a point where they can play a song, and that will somehow mean they also get the copyright to a particular order of colors, if that makes sense. Because if a song set up as a visual is like red, green, blue, brown, blue, blue pixel, green, red, brown, pink, green, somehow that's the entire song. Well, then if they have the copyright to the song and any transformative version that is still directly their song, well, then now they have the copyright de facto of the color red, blue, green, brown, blue. You get what I'm saying? Like, they keep fucking redefining shit. And to tie this into what you're saying, though, is under normal conditions, I would say, well, no, you need someone there so that the laws don't change drastically and stable, and that would make sense. The problem is technology, it's the doubling rule, doubles every 8 months, and they can't keep up. There needs to be like now a separate subset of the Senate to be like, we're a certain generation or younger, and they're the ones that anything involving electronics needs to go through first, and then they can present to everyone else. They're still going to be corrupt. I understand that. I'm not saying this will fix the corruption. It's still going to be corrupt bullshit. But at the very least, when they talk about it, they don't sound like fucking morons. They don't sound like they have no clue what they're talking about. Wait, what? If there's a delay, I can fix it. When did this happen? When? You're right. What happened? When did this delay get introduced?
I can't do that there.
Word. Audio is before picture. Audio is before picture. How how do I create the audio delay? View filters. Delay. I haven't had to do a delay in forever. Where did this delay come from? .1 second delay of vid over sound. On my screen, of course, I'm trying to look at two things at once. It looks like the audio bar moves before the video. I don't know how to fix that. I used to know how to do an audio delay. Or how to correct an audio delay. Why do I not remember how to fix this? Use gain, compressor, expander, gain, polarity, limiter, noise gate, noise suppression. Now I know how to do a video delay. Render delay on video. Can I put a negative there? There's no way to put a negative there. Now I can add a 10 millisecond delay. Oh God, that is so slow. I made that very bad. All right, so it's definitely an audio delay. Let's not even have that listed. Advanced audio settings. Thank you. Advanced audio properties. There it is. I knew it was here somewhere. All right, I'll try a 1 millisecond sync offset. We'll see how well that works. I did it. Problem is they have like 3 different cogs. I was clicking the cog in the thing for broadcast that wasn't leading me to directly to advanced audio properties. Try 200 milliseconds. I mean, 10 made it look way worse when I did it video, but whatever. How about that? I feel like that's probably way slow now. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's America. They're coming for you. Is this better? Because now I'm not 100% certain what it looks like. Because I can't see the audio. I hear everything directly, so I never got a delay. Must have found oil out there. Is the audio coming in sync now? It is good now? Okay. All right, sweet. I'm not worried too much about that. In the recordings, that's one of the reasons why I do it by the hour. One of the first things I do is I look at the audio line and I sync up the audio line with me talking. So any time that happens, which it has happened before occasionally, I just sync it up in the recording. Just another reason to watch them on the YouTube archive channel, and I'm not in school and I get it uploaded. Zah. I can't wait, by the way, to figure out that all these videos I've been doing this whole time are fucking borked somehow. I'm gonna be very sad. Why is my phone? Oh God. So sorry, very professional. I had it on silent for a reason, but I got a lot of billion alerts. Oh, I got a call out from ClinoDev. Thank you so much. You made my phone freak out, ClinoDev. My phone was like, oh my God. Oh my God, strategist, did you know ClinoDev's talking about you? You should worship ClinoDev. Worship him for all the greatness he has done. For he has saved us. He has saved us from the humanity, the embarrassment of death and damnation. Decline of slipping into your DMs. What am I getting? This is dwarves, right? So we're getting for steel. What do they have for steel? I'll take these. I'll take all of them. I mean, I've definitely got the money for it. Fuck it, I don't care. All right, we're still giving them over 100% profit. Do they have any? No. I want to search for silver. Silver Warhammer, I'll take. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'll take for that. And what else might they have that I care about? I want your books. I don't think I have a library set up, do I? That might be an issue that I'm experiencing. Grab a bunch of your sheets and your books. I don't want a Citadel pump, and anything that says copy, I'll take. I spell it right, that is. You're telling me that there's nothing that says copy, even though I just saw something that said copy. I saw it. I saw it with my eyes. Tree within reason, a dwarf uncovered. I feel like that's pornographic in nature. Let's get some cheese since I don't make any, and I know this probably makes some of the dwarves happy. And since I haven't really made any, let's grab some more backpacks and quivers. That can't go wrong. And I'll trade for those. 50% profit. Good. Also got rid of a lot of our broken clothing doing that. $51,000 worth of used clothes. 1, they were very good quality. 2, I don't know, maybe in there we slipped in a fucking artifact. I can't be bothered. I tried multiple times to get them to stop bringing artifacts over here, but they might have. Oh, I would see what I'm bringing over, wouldn't I? I'd have to do this. See what got traded. Or see what they have. Tease what they have. Would be essentially what's been traded now, wouldn't it? I would need a giant search. But if an artifact slipped in there at this point, I kind of don't care. I really kind of don't. I had this thing sorted to not bring over artifacts, but it might have slipped in as a craft good anyways. Something about this is no mere trade. That's what I figured. Remember, we had a bunch of clothing and we've had people on repeat. We've had people on repeat just making clothing. Like constant clothing. I'm surprised he hasn't run out. So much so that if you look, he's just covered in like damaged clothing. This is what we were bringing over. They keep grabbing new clothing, and what I was selling was like all the high quality damaged clothing, because everyone's like, oh no, I lost a thread from my work shirt. Time to trade in my $4,500 shirt and get the $5,400 model. All the dwarves are gonna start sounding like cliche Hill Valley girl things, like, oh my god, are you wearing that model? That was totally from yesterday. That's the old one. Your family must be peasants if they're wearing that. Well, I have a display case or something. I've been keeping the artifacts right here. This is where we were putting a bunch of the artifacts. Dude's mining in 100K worth of silks. I mean, probably. Let's go to one of our miners, Barbaderp, the happiest dwarf to ever dwarf. Barbaderp, what are you wearing? Bronze pick worth 110. Rope reed cap worth 240. He's also wearing a crown worth 20, a ring worth 50, another ring worth, an amulet worth 50, a ring worth 30, a glove worth 320, a glove worth 320, a dress worth 570, trousers worth 490, a sock worth 180, a shoe worth 452, a sock worth 264, another shoe worth 340, another robe worth 430, a cloak worth 380, a mitten worth 132, a mitten worth 142. He's wearing another amulet worth 20 and another crown worth 20. So yeah, he like, our miner is wearing a couple $1,000s worth of clothing that he trades out every day. This sport is so French, oh my God. Where's the sport live rent free, pay for nothing, sounds idyllic to realize they have to work themselves to the bone and only get one meal every 3 months. You're not allowed to eat. Only the freshest of fruit. What petition do we have today? Sterling Guild, Farmer Guild. Fine, cool, I'll say yes. Farming Guild. Farming. A Farmers Guild. Where are we putting the guilds anyways? I can't remember. Where did we put the guilds? Up here, didn't we? Who was fighting this time? Oh, it's just the armor throwing a tantrum. Monam, I really need you to not. Like, I really... And don't forget all the fucking clothing that they just throw down in the tavern. Because that's the best place to put those. Dudes dressed in Gucci. Well, we could mint some coins technically, but they don't do anything. Want to inflate the economy and crash it. Corpo Fort. Yes. Oh no, the armor stopped trying to throw a fist fight because he couldn't figure out how to reach the guy he wanted to punch. The humanity. Okay, this got suspended. Build machine gear assembly. So we're having an issue where these guys, I just don't think they're getting better. I like how we were making people more positive, and then this dude did. The problem is they throw the temper tantrums and they act like it's your fault. Oh no, I'm so sad because I decided to be. I wanted to pray to my God. We'll do it. No, I don't want to. Well, then stop bitching about not being able to pray to your God. I've left people idle for a while in the hopes that they would calm the fuck down, and it's not doing anything. So I'm gonna go back to them building ramps because I only have so much patience for these morons. Where do we put the mason today? And he's making blocks out of, I guess, bauxite. Chalk. We'll do this out of chalk, and what I just ordered out of diorite, I will cancel. I guess this layer will be chalk. It'll be a chalk layer. Honor encounter, so we don't have the place to stand to pray. Therefore, fuck you. For people that understand stress and I kind of do, but kind of don't. Well, no, I mean, I kind of do. That's why I have people getting positive. But the problem is I'm still hitting the issue where some dwarves slip through. And then once some of them have slipped through, because of their tantrums, they negatively influence other ones that are likely to slip through. They drag the whole bunch down. It's like the bad kids at the back of the bus acting all cool. the other moody dwarf's like, man, he looks so cool beating the crap out of me. I can't wait to beat the crap out of me. Let's do this. That's my issue. I can make some, but not all happy. Big issue is I need to convert more of this into a barracks. So I shall. Let's cut down some more trees. Start converting. I'll get some more barracks rooms on the left and the right. Oh, I had a lengthy argument the other day with a retired military person. How adamantly do you defend wasteful spending against my admittedly only general understanding? For the $400 ashtray from that one show to lack of boots, other equipment, but every officer has a $350 space pin to use flippantly. Except for Sal does understand it best according to Reddit, and the forum wrote an article about stress. Can we send the sad dwarves and a new military squad together and make a military depression force? That's kind of dominate what I'm doing, ish. Also, everyone should be on training. That is a bit of what I'm doing, is getting them into military squads so that they can work out together and be happier with the stress system. Because working out your stress seems to be very useful for the dwarves. Poor accuracy on cost to irrelevant random objects. Can we send the sad dwarves a new military squad and make a military if they don't survive? You also send them to die elsewhere. Dominate requires the willingness of starting a war. Like, I get some things are incredibly over engineered reasons behind it, but can we say build out of the way? Atom Smasher and send them into it. No, we cannot just smash the sad people. Usually I just kick them out of the fort. There's a tower nearby. For individual things such as the ashtray, I don't know the story behind them. And I'm not gonna say it applies to everything, but I would definitely say that at some point corruption influences some of those. The issue is numbers get lost in bureaucracy. Some things there is a reason, and you've already addressed the idea of some things being, you know, over-engineered and the like. Why is this just never getting built? You know, as a matter of fact, cancel this. I'm gonna order a new floor. But there is an issue with how things go bureaucratically. And I'm not even gonna address the numbers so much as I'm going to address orders. There is a British show that has a particular episode that actually covers what I'm about to say very well, particularly as it applies to bureaucracy. And the show is Yes, Prime Minister. It's a British comedy about politics that's still very applicable today, politics and lawyers. But essentially, and this is a made-up scenario, let's say the president orders Squad A water bottle to go to the right of the table instead of the left. Let's say that happens. The president, and you're thinking, well, the president orders it. He's the chief of command. You know what I'm saying? Wrong word. But anything he says, you follow the orders. If they're a lawful order, you have to follow it. And if you don't follow the order, you're doing something illegal. You have to do the order. Well, see, the thing is, the president doesn't actually order the water bottle to go to the right side of it. The president says to the guy below him, the Secretary of Defense, hey, my order is I need water bottle on the right side of the water. Secretary of Defense goes to the next guy down and says, all right, I have an order to get water bottle to the right side. If I go straight over there, things are going to die. So I order that the water bottle go around the perimeter of the thing and end up over there. He hasn't violated the order. His order was water bottle on the right side. His job is to interpret the order and affect it in the most possible way, or the most so bad things don't happen. So, okay, his variant of the order is that the water bottle ends up over there. So he gives it to the next guy. The next guy in the chain of command says, oh, that bridge is broken over there. All right, my version of it is that the water bottle doesn't go along the back wall because it can't go along the back wall. My version of it is that we repair the back of we fix the bridge back there, then we get the guys over. Okay. According to my estimates, we have a combat engineer force there. Bridge can be repaired, no time flat. Slight delay, but well within the margins of the operation. I say go. Then it gets all the way down to the combat engineers as part of this, and you know, they've been on backlog because they are needing something, so on and so forth. By the time it actually gets down to the effing water bottle, they get over there 2 years from now, if that makes sense. Like the president said, I need something done now. By the time it gets through all the layers of bureaucracy, the plan has changed so much, but individually, no one has violated an order that by the time the water bottle actually gets over there, it's fucking pointless. They missed whatever the hell they were supposed to do. Now, this is just an order of getting people from A to B. Now apply that to requisitioning items. Fucking army has issues, needs super space pin, whatever you're saying. All right, we have issues, we need pin. All right, pin, we put it in R&D. All the officers say that they have problems with pins and generals. Why is this constantly getting suspended? Is it because he's working in the middle? Stop. So they go, all right, we need to come up with new pin. New pin has 19 things that suggest as what they need to do for pin to work, so on and so forth. It's set up, it's all propositioned as if, hey, we're gonna get 1,000 pins for $10,000. All right, well, so they say $10,000 is put aside, then they do R&D. Something bad happens in production. All right, well, we gave them the money. This is what they're working with. So now there were some issues. What we end up with is 100 pins. So now you end up with 100 pins for $10,000. So each pin, instead of being $10, is $100. Shit like that in logistics happens all the time. For most civilian things, it can be done. It's still part of an IOU. You owed us this many pins. We demand this many pins, or we're taking you to court. The problem is with a lot of things involving the military, particularly when clearances and classifications come up, is you can't sometimes take them to court because you would have to prove what exactly went wrong, and what went wrong might involve things that are classified. So you can't necessarily know it goes wrong. And they know it, to be clear. The companies know it. So for a lot of those, the government just essentially bites the bullet and goes on. Normal civilian thing would be like, all right, well, then if they're going to do that, never use them again. Who else are you going to use? When it comes to supply for things like the military and the government, there's essentially a monopoly. You can say how much you're going to use company A over company B, or maybe a little bit of company C, but you're not just going to switch to a new company. Like, what's the process of vetting the new company? You know, like, how do you know the new company isn't secretly a front for spies from China? You get what I'm saying? Like, Salford Saw got possessed. There are a bunch of things that go into it. Some of it, though, is just, in fact, corruption. Some dude's buddy works for the company. Hey, give us this sweet gig. Don't look into the details. Don't worry, bro. Sweet gig, not looking into the details, coming your way. By the time anyone figures it out, it's like, I don't know, 5 years later. What are you gonna do? Go back to the original requisition officer? You have no proof that what he did was directly corrupt, or that it would just looks incompetent in hindsight. So a lot of that also slips through. Again, none of this is really a direct defense of blown payments for objects, but it is an explanation, a few explanations for how it happens. These could be fixed if someone tried, but it's like changing the name of a street. If there are two streets that are confused for each other all the time, theoretically just changing one of the names of the streets should fix everything. You go ahead. Changing a street in many towns, particularly towns that have been around forever, is damn near impossible. It'll get fought against by the fire department, the mail office, police departments, people who live on the street, people who have like something historical happen on the street. Everyone will argue against changing the name of a street, even if you can prove that it would make life in the world somehow better measurably. Like if you could be like 1,000 less people will be dead in the next 10 years if we change the name of the street. There are gonna be enough people to bitch that's not gonna happen. So it's not gonna happen. Once bureaucracy grows and cronyism, sets in, you can't get rid of it. Even people that aren't directly part of the corruption, for some reason, will be defending it. They just will. There's something that innocently it directs them in its current setup. It's like wondering why presidents of companies are corrupt, or why certain organizations don't fix their own corruption. Well, the corruption put them there. Even if the person up top is not corrupt, you're asking them to cut themselves off their own kneecap, which is a morally preferred method to do, but really it's an insane request. No one's really going to do it. That's why it's so rare in such good heroic stories when someone's willing to do that. Like you had the soldier in World War II who refused to pick up a weapon. He was a medic. He was in the Pacific Theater. I'm forgetting his name right now. Excellent story. They even have a HBO thing about him. No one did that. That's why it's a heroic story. If everyone did it, it would just be Tuesday news. To the tower, military training helps the dwarves cope with stress. Getting upset over imaginary wealth being spent versus getting upset about the poor quality of life and needing 2 jobs to make a livable income. The 2 jobs thing, that's simple math. That is a major issue that was, we'll say, caused predictively. The problem with the money, and there's a great many issues with it, because I don't want to get into this too much and get lost in damn near political weeds or anything like that. But kind of as harsh as it is, it's because there haven't been major wars. The math as the economy is set up is still essentially the same math as the economy was. I need to get rid of that. As the economy was in the 20s and 40s. Different products, different methods, different revolutions, but you're comparing 2 different math equations. And quite frankly, the problem is before the fucking 40s, you had wars every like 10, 20 years. They weren't as big as the world wars, but you had them. So there was always fluctuating populations. There was always differences in production. Everyone got different things, and quite frankly, it's suffering from success, to go with the stupid Khalid meme. I'm not saying it doesn't need to be fixed. I am not saying that. I'm not defending it. I'm saying this is how it happened. Quite frankly, one of the biggest things is population stabilized and grew. That was it. The actual direct economy does not do that well. Hold on. Salford Sal has created Thada Cruel, a chalk grate. He claims as a family heirloom. Wait, no, great, not like hatch. Fuck, it's not the one I want. We're at 20,400 dwarf bucks. This is a chalk grate. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with oval chalk cabacons and rectangular bauxite cabacons, and encircled with bands of oval clear tourmaline cabacons and pomegranate wood. The object menaces with spikes of bauxite. A submarine vape now. You know, maybe those require high cap batteries that alone in danger. It's not an individual choice as much as it is a group survival thing. It's not really a relevant one, but a possibility. Just fat clouds of cotton candy vape floating aft astern. Contracts is part of it. Again, like I said, the contract can be for one thing, and then it gets modified afterwards. Either you pay them for the modification, or you get less for what you paid for in the modification and the contract things. Military dissemination is practically a war crime on its own. Pen company can advertise that pens are military grade. Military grade means garbage. If you're others or you smoke, the whole unit's gonna be pissed at you. And if you don't want to imprison them in a tube, you're taking up more than your share of oxygen. Throw them in the torp tube. Even better, you're forced to cycle 40 miles every day to produce electricity, like a rat in a cage. Don't they'll use electric shocks against you? What the hell are you talking about? Where is your weird little rat wheel thing coming from, Alapega? 3 miles out, we're all pirates. Submarines count as national soil for the owning countries. So name of the other one, ships in general change. Submarines is property owned in international, blah, blah, blah. I probably know too much about ship, but a submarine is under the sea. Is it really a ship? SpongeBob squat pants. No, it's a vibrator. It still function. This is part where RNG comes back and wonders what the fuck we've been talking about amongst ourselves. Haha, joke's on you. That part came later. Anywho, thanks for your... Nobody ever means to, it just happens. Oh, I do it intentionally. I try to keep that somewhat contained this time. A shot great. I'm sure that'll be really useful. Is seeing the war as a solution. If you're a hammer, every problem is nailed. I'm not seeing the war as a solution. I am saying the economy as it was a solution to war. The problem of war has been resolved. So the antidote to it, the way the economy was set up, did not change. I'm not saying war is a solution. That's like saying I have to keep buying duct tape because there's a hole in my wheel. Now I've got new wheels, so now I have duct tape. The solution to that is not to go and put a hole in your wheel. I am not saying that it's the solution. It's like allergies. We have a defense versus parasites. B-type antigen cells. I forget what they're called. If we don't have many parasites, it has been studied, and there is a positive correlation where if you are exposed to less parasites in your childhood, you're more likely to have allergies. Basically, the body just gives up. It's like, what are we here for? Is that the parasite? I guess that's the parasite. Let's attack that fucking pollen. It doesn't mean that you should get every kid and inject them with parasites. Though I guess that would be a kind of solution. That's very bad. No, that's not what you should do. That is not what I am saying. All right. I see you, Klein. I'm surprised that someone hasn't written a bot to write a random music string and post on Spotify and repeat billions of times and copyright claim anything sang. We should just eat the rich. Well, sure, military greed means far less than economics, and it's often forgotten that military sets some of the harshest standards in certain areas. Yes, here's the issue. Everyone gets those two things confused. Military grade supposedly means the highest standards. But the problem is the people who fill it are the lowest bidders. It's the cheapest way to do the highest standard. A more expensive way at a lower standard could probably serve you better than the cheapest way to meet the highest standard. To be clear about that. Military grade does not necessarily mean the best. One could argue that WW2 was the solution to the Great Depression. Again, you're kind of right. The main reason why that was a cure mostly to the American Depression is that we sat out of World War II for so long making product. We made the biggest gains during that before we were actually in the war. America just sold to everyone. Again, war didn't fix it for the people in the war. Sure as shit helped America before we were in, though. Look at, you're probably my poor understanding of English. You want to know why? Why? Because everyone went into massive debt again afterwards? Because that's agreeing with Hitler. The solution was mass reduction in population. No, I mean, no. The big thing that did it through was America sitting out of it. Hold on. For those of you who catch the archives, we're going to interrupt this conversation because we hit the hour mark. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.